This presentation will introduce you to the user interface of the ServiceNow software. Our agenda is to quickly let you know what is new in the ServiceNow upgrade. We will touch on each of these parts of the interface. We won't be talking about any changes to the business processes that use ServiceNow. Those all stay the same. We are going to focus on the interface. This is the new interface. Everything you are used to, the Edge, the Navigator, the homepage, the banner, are all still there, but the controls you use have changed slightly. The banner will be maroon in production and is gold in the other environments. The controls that used to be spread out across the banner are now located in the gear icon. Click there to see the homepage, help, change the font size, split your layout, and enable accessibility. The Edge now is a standard part of the interface. The controls have a new look, and there are a couple of differences. From the Edge, you can still show and hide the Navigator, and now you can split the content frame into two vertical panes. New to the interface is the ability to tag items and view them together. More about that later in the presentation. Bookmarks still work as before. Editing the bookmark still looks the same. The controls have a new look, but everything you did before, you can do now. The Navigator has a new look, consolidated controls, and a new favorites feature. You can focus your Navigator by typing a word in that top search field, and only the items related to that word will show up. You can also click on the star next to any item and turn it into a favorite. When you click on the star next to the search field at the top, only the items that you have made a favorite will display. The controls for the Navigator have been consolidated into the button on the top right corner of the Navigator. As before, there are predefined clusters of favorites. They are ITIL reports and all. You can collapse, expand, and refresh the Navigator, and you can also set an option so that every item that you click on in the Navigator automatically becomes a favorite. The global search has the same functionality. It will find everything that has that search item in it, but the way it displays is slightly different. Now it will pull up a list of all of the different items and allow you to click on sublinks in order to more focus your search. As you know, a form is used to view and modify records. The forms have a cleaner look. One of the big differences is how required fields are marked. But required fields are now marked by asterisks. There'll be a red asterisk when there's a required field that's not filled in, and then once you put a value in that field, it'll turn to a gray asterisk. The title bar has been updated as well. Let's take a look at the new controls. From left to right, the back button is still there on the toolbar. If you click that, you'll go back to the previous screen you were looking at in ServiceNow. That's much better than using the back button on your browser. The hamburger button next to the back button there has more controls, and the context of that menu will change depending on your access to the tool and what you're looking at when you click on it. If you click on the tag, you'll be able to tag whatever you're looking at with a particular tag that you can pull up later. Depending on what you're looking at, other buttons will become available in the middle of the title bar. And as before, you can add attachments, change the format from tab to non-tab, launch an email, and go to a next or previous record if you're looking at a list. Lists will still give you collections of records. The title bar and the search fields have been improved. On the title bar, if you click on the hamburger button on the far left, then you'll be able to see filters, saved filters that you've done. You'll also be able to group by different types of fields, show any changes, and refresh the list. You'll always be able to open a new item depending on where you are on the tool. There's now a See the Latest Activity button there that will show you what's going on with that list, and then you'll be able to page through your data off to the far right by using the controls on the far right of the toolbar. The go-to functionality is the same, and it still has the function to be able to search by numbers or text. You'll be able to go in there and drill directly down to the item on the list that interests you the most. A brand new feature is to be able to search by a particular column. If you click on that magnifying glass there on the left, then you'll be able to put in any search value in any column and it will bring up a list of just those records that have that. It's kind of like right-clicking on an item and saying show matching, but when you don't have that matching item visible in like the first set of records. You can right-click on any item in a list, just like you were able to before, and do show matching and filter out in order to change the way your list displays and filter the list down to just the records you want. One of the new things that's on this context menu is the assign tag. That'll let you put a tag on that particular record that you can pull up later. And the filters are still there. The way you get to the filters is by clicking on the little down arrow next to the breadcrumb. But to get to the save filters now, you go to the little hamburger button that's up on the toolbar itself, go to filters, and then you'll be able to get to your particular saved filters. You can, just like you were able to before, you can also drag a particular filtered list and put it on your edge, and that will turn it into a bookmark. The home page is new. There'll be different graphs and different information that's there. Click on the plus sign and it'll bring up a page that lets you add content to your home page. You can also drag information around on the home page if you'd like things to be in a different order. If you add content or move things around, it will immediately create a new home page for you. And from there, you can switch back and forth. And the way to do that is to go up to the control in the upper right-hand corner of the home page and click on switch to page, and then your different home pages will be there. And you can click on your home page or the system home page, create a new page, do a change layout. All of those things are from that menu item. You can tag any object that you find in ServiceNow. That can be a list item or a form. You can add a tag anywhere you want. If you're in a list, you can right-click on the item that's in that list and then use the context menu there to assign a tag. Or if you're on a form, you can use the hamburger button and assign a tag there. Once you click on assign tag, it'll ask you to select a tag or type in a word, and you can then tag multiple items with that same word. Then when you want to look at your tagged items, on the edge, you just click on the Tagged Documents button. When you do that, you'll get a picture that looks like this, and all of the different tags that you have available to you will show up across the top. If you click on any one of those tags, then it will bring those objects together into a kind of a collection window where you can look at them all and determine what to do. So we hope you like the changes for the Eureka user interface. If you have questions about the interface, don't hesitate to contact the ITSM team. They have a service catalog request item where you can do that. And of course, you can get a hold of UTO Training at the email utotraining@asu.edu.